So here you see a representation of a pointer tool. I'll probably be supplying you with most of these 3D models to represent tools that you'll be using on the robot. However, when you're dealing with something very simple that just has a length, you can simply extrude a cylinder or something like that to represent the tool. The important thing here is that we have exported that geometry and saved it on your hard drive as a mesh, and then we import it back in to use with our robot. The other important thing is that it's pointing up at 0, 0 when you import it. So we'll go over this together, but this is basically what you should see when your robot simulator is turned off and you're not previewing the robot arm. I'm going to turn that robot table back on, so you can't see the 0, 0 anymore, but you can see that we are basically at the origin of where the robot would be when we turn on that preview. So if I go ahead and turn on that preview for the robot, it gets covered over by the robot arm because we're importing that mesh at 0, 0, 0. Once we do that, we're going to attach the tool to the end of the robot arm. So in this case, the only thing that we're concerned with is the length of the tool. So you can measure this until you have the correct length. I know this tool is much longer right now because I had the gripper on there before. I think the actual length is something like 153 millimeters. So you would measure the physical tool in the lab and make sure that the number that you have represented for the length of the tool corresponds to the actual length. So basically, the 3D model is a convenience for you to see the tool attached to the robot, but the robot itself doesn't really care about representing the tool. The only thing it cares about are the X, Y, and Z offsets, so that we're moving 0, 0, 0 from the tool head or flange down to the tip of the tool. Why is that important? Because if we don't move 0 down, then you're probably going to crash through the table, because you're going to start moving the robot and the machine will not know that it has a tool attached. The only other thing that we do here with this tool component is kind of guesstimate the weight. If it's very light, I'll just put in 1 for 1 kilogram. And this is because every tool that you put on the robot arm will change its center of gravity and will affect the way that the machine behaves when it's moving with something that has weight.